It was an aha moment. My brother was like, that's what I want to do. And
that is exactly right. I mean, I saw the commercial. I knew solar is where I wanted to go. And it was just one of those things. I don't even think it was hard to convince him. No. He was like, okay, let's do it. And I know he had trepidations about it a little bit, but it's something that I knew that I wanted to do right there from the start.
I'm Juan Menchaca.
And I'm Carlo Menchaca. We are co-owners of Sonovus Energy. Sonovus Energy is a local-based company in Dallas-Fort Worth where we serve the communities where we were born and raised. We have a passion for renewable energy, and we're here to serve you. One of the things that I would love everyone to know about who we are is that we were basically brought up by hardworking parents who taught us from the very beginning that you have to work hard, you have to be passionate about what you do. Education is important, and that's one of the things that was really instilled in both my brother Juan and I. Being a first-born generation Mexican-American, it was tough growing up in the 80s and 90s. Where things weren't always pretty, but our parents really did a great job guiding us to do the right thing, and our core values being an important part of who we are. They constantly worked very hard for us.
I'm going to attribute all who I am today to my parents. They worked long hours. They did everything they could for us. All the ethical things that they've taught us is to work hard. Your work represents who you are. Make sure that work is always going to be at the forefront of everything we did, getting our schooling done, getting good grades, and working hard for that bright future that they want for us.
So through that upbringing, the experience that we got out of that is the value of hard work. So we owe it to them to build something that we could all be proud of.
Well, I joined the military. A lot of it had to do with being a patriot. This is going to be 20 years for me, and I'm ready to retire. I joined right out of high school. I knew that's something that I wanted to do at a young age. It was a scary moment when I was 16 years old, and I tell my mom, hey, I want to join the military. Would you let me? It was my question to her, and she says, well, if that's what you really want to do, then go for it. So I always had my mindset that I wanted to join the military.
Yeah, one of the unique things that my brother experienced was that he actually joined before he was 18 years old. Part of the process to get into the military is the parents have to sign off on that. So my brother had to essentially convince my parents to sign off on that when they didn't have to.
I learned a lot from being in the military. I've had a chance to deploy overseas a couple times. The camaraderie that you get from knowing guys, even the guys that are on the roof right now, some of these guys deployed with me. There's something about, being a band of brothers, you can't take away. We're all brothers in arms.
That's right.
And it's something that I've totally enjoyed. I'd stay in another 20 years if I could, but I think right now I owe it to our company to build something awesome.
I look back and it's been a great experience. Of course, becoming a soldier has its benefits, but I can tell you right now, it's been an awesome experience.
So right after high school, I did join the military, I joined the Army. It was an easy transition for me physically, but what I got out of it was an emotional transition that actually helped me create structure that I needed in my life at the time, discipline, self-awareness of what my actions have on the community or the people that I serve. It's one of the experiences that really formed my work ethic. It gave me the sense of leadership, responsibility, and it's something that really has helped me be the person that I am today through our hard work. In terms of joining the military, one of the motivators was, number one, we wanted to serve our country. We had some family that had joined prior to us joining. And we wanted to lead the way. There was a shift in the political scene. September 11 happened right around the time that I joined. In fact, I joined right after September 11. So there was a patriotic mindset that I had behind that. But more than anything, I did want to join the ranks. I did want to make my parents happy, and I felt that there was a big value in me getting into it because I could learn a lot about myself, my capabilities, and just do something that not very many people get to do. Core values that our parents taught us were really reinforced in the military, and both my brother and I, we share those core values, and that's something that we bring into our business.
So there I was, in Afghanistan, 2011. I knew this is something that I always wanted to do, be a soldier, have a career. But I started having like an epiphany. I was thinking, I've been serving my country, but there are bigger problems in the world. It's not just us. I had a chance to look at other cultures in the world, and I knew that something had to be done.
I really saw that the world's such a big place. It's not just myself, just our country. I see the world in the hands of people that want to help it. So I want to be part of that movement. I'm passionate about helping the world.
This concept of solar and saving the energy, it kind of hit in 2014. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to give back to the community, give back to the country, and give back to the world.
In 2013, I was transitioning from a corporate environment, trying to figure out what our next step was. And then my brother and I, we were just there talking at my house, and a commercial came on TV, and it was just blasted with solar, and it was an aha moment. My brother was like, "That's what I want to do," and
that is exactly right. I mean, I saw the commercial. I knew solar is where I wanted to go, and it was just one of those things. I don't even think it was hard to convince him.
No.
He was like, "Okay, let's do it." And I know he had trepidations about it a little bit. But it's something that I knew that I wanted to do right there from the start.
It was scary because my experience up until that point was marketing, and I was thinking, how are we going to sell this big item, this price item, to homeowners like myself? So I knew that there was going to have to be a quick action and learning as much as I can about it, educating ourselves and training on that. For sure, it was something that was exciting, but more than anything, I think there was a little bit of nervousness knowing that it was a new industry that we both didn't know about. But we had the capability of doing it through our leadership, through our corporate background and our experience.
We definitely pulled the cart before the horse when we first started. We had these big plans, we stumbled a little bit, but that's the good thing about learning, I mean, you make a mistake, it's only a mistake if you don't learn from it. We had these grand plans, but no specific plans to get there. We had the goals, but we didn't have the plan to get there.
Essentially what happened was, in 2013, we started our business. At the time, it was called JC Green. And what a lot of people don't know is we really invested heavily on that. We invested so much in education. When we realized that there was a national leader in solar in our backyard, there was no way that we would be able to compete against. So we had to make a tough decision at that moment. And we essentially said, you know what, we're gonna have to put these plans on hold. And we actually joined that national solar company. And it was bittersweet because we learned so much from the install side, from the operational side, designing and permitting. There was so much value that came out of that 5-year delay. But essentially, a great opportunity came about, and we jumped on it, and we are here today to utilize all of that expertise, all of that experience to help a lot of our consumers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So bringing together our military background, our corporate background, and the technical know-how, the time was right last year in 2018 where we jumped in on this, and now we're doing amazing things.
The way Sonovus Energy came about, it was actually a pretty serendipitous situation. Things started to just line up for us. We struck while it was hot.
We're making solar fun. What we're doing is we're educating the masses, especially children, to show them how fun solar can be, how renewable energy can be. So we're extremely passionate about what we're doing and our engagement with the community. One of the biggest things that I'm actually more excited about is bringing on board our PR specialist, our marketing manager, Priscilla Escamilla.
My main goal here is finding innovative ways in which we can educate the community and educate the masses. We do this by partnering up with churches, organizations, nonprofit organizations, and schools in the community, like-minded businesses, and educating those businesses that are not. Because we understand that solar energy can be a little bit confusing. We're here to spread that knowledge. One of the ways that I've been having a lot of fun with getting this message across is by going to science fairs, going to state fairs, going to festivals, and just getting to talk to people about how cool solar really is. A lot of people don't know what solar entails and what it involves, but that's what we're here for. One thing that separates us here at Sonovus Energy is that we are a full turnkey in-house operation. We do everything from the design work to the permitting to the HOAs and the utility interconnection agreement.
Hi, my name is Ram Mungia. I'm a senior energy consultant with Sonovus Energy. My role with Sonovus is basically to educate the public. That starts with a complete solar analysis. This will show you in detail everything you need to know, from how many panels fit on your roof, like something like this here, how much irradiance your roof gets, how much energy it's going to produce, and ultimately how much money that's going to save you.
Hello, my name is Daniel Fernandez. I'm a solar consultant for Sonovus Energy. So there's a few misconceptions about solar. One of them is that it's just not affordable and it's not a good investment. Well, that's just not true. When you start to think about it as solar replacing your electric bill, it's actually really, really affordable. We have the 30% subsidy in which the government pays for 30% of it. So it's basically Uncle Sam paying for 30% of your system. In some markets, you have local rebates to help out as well. Another misconception is that the HOA can come in and tell you you can't save money on your solar. Well, that's not true as well. So in 2011, there was a House bill that was passed. It's called House Bill 362, which states that no HOA can prohibit you from installing any solar into your home. So they can't really do anything about you saving money.
So another useful program out there is the solar buyback program. Now there are some utility companies out there that will actually buy back dollar for dollar your excess energy. What we do is we try to maximize your system in a way that we try to get you 100% of the energy you use. There are some months in the year where you might be producing a lot more than you're using, in which case these companies will actually give you credit for that. And that's cash in your pocket. So much has changed in the last few years, and this is because you're not just helping yourself when you go solar right now, you're also helping the grid.
So one of the questions that we get a lot is what happens when a storm hits? If hell comes in and it hits you and it affects your solar system and your roof, all you have to do is call your home insurance, let them know that you installed solar, the whole roof's covered. If something happens to your roof, we will come out, remove the system, fix your roof, and then replace the system. And it's as easy as that.
The exciting thing about this industry is that only about 1% of renewable energy such as solar is powering the grid right now. And we're talking about the entire United States. You know, there are other countries that are already in the 20 and 30% range, up to the 50% range, but we still have a long way to go. Technology is always exploding, it's always getting better. Panels are getting more efficient. For the next 20 years, if we're sitting there installing every single day, we're gonna get about 20 to 25% of homes being powered by solar energy. That's only 1 out of 4 to 5 homes.
This industry is a standalone. As the government subsidy begins to phase out, solar experts are suggesting that the solar industry is still going to continue to grow exponentially for several reasons. As we educate the consumers at the local level, it's something that really makes sense already. A lot of communities are getting involved with solar. They're offering incentives as well as utility companies. They're offering rebates as well.
You know, I wholeheartedly believe that every business has to serve their community that they work in. It's a very important obligation that they have for their employees, for the people they work with. But this is something that I truly believe.
One of the more emotional part of our business is connecting with our community that we serve. So there is an opportunity for Sonovus Energy to educate the masses, and some of the initiatives that we're taking part on is going to be working with our city, environmental cleanups. We're doing community events at churches, schools, festivals, and that's going to be something that we're going to do for a long time. EarthX was one of the biggest events that we were part of most recently, and we were able to be in front of 180,000 people that came through our booth, and we were able to give some educational material too. So long-term, Sonovus Energy, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we give back to the community through sponsorships, through volunteering, and just through education. And we're excited about being a part of the community in those initiatives.
So there really isn't a limit to where I think that our company can reach. I want our company to be known for safety, quality, integrity, and customer service. This industry is still a very young industry, and reputation is everything, so I want to pride ourselves in being a reputable company. As time and resources allow, I see our company going past Texas. It's a really exciting time for our industry. You know, I've always had a sense of duty to my country, but now I feel like I have a sense of duty to the world. I did my part, we did our part, and we're going to promote that to its fullest to make sure that our future generations know that it started right here.
We want Sonovus Energy to be known for its renewable, clean, healthy energy, because it is the future.
Look no further, we are the solution. We will work with your HOAs to make sure this is a seamless process for you and your family.